Hi Gina, how you doing? I've got your presentation up, and I think you've done a really good job. I really think so. There's a few things here that I think are going to make sense to you. I know you've been really busy, and these are things that maybe you haven't even seen, but I think they're going to make a lot of sense to you. So I'll just go through the presentation and we'll take a look. I think excuse me, the presentation itself. One thing you really need to remember about any presentation is that all the pages have to be the same size. Otherwise, you get this effect where you're jumping around and pages are changing size, and it's akin to having a notebook with a bunch of pages torn and hanging out the side and sideways and folded. And so I would recommend paying attention to craft on that. Um, I think, I think there's some things that you're doing in this presentation here that are overkill. And I think the cover page is good. I think there's probably too much visual stimuli going on in the cover page, because hierarchy is compromised here, because you've got the gradient on the type, you've got this typeface here, then you have this typeface here that's on an oblique, so that's grabbing some attention. You've got the raindrops in the background, then you've got your presentation on this ghosted box with the drop shadow. So there's so many things to look at on this page. I think that there's no one that is taking a central focal point, thereby compromising hierarchy on the page. So the page, you start setting up the page, and then it changes. And it keeps changing. So that's one thing. Now, one great way is to set up the page. Use what is just a headline. Keep it in the same spot on every page, and then a little subheader or description. Make sure those don't jump around the page, so that the eye doesn't jump around the page when the viewer proceeds through the presentation. Okay, over here you're showing presentation collateral. Now here you have you have your brainstorms. You're starting there, but you go straight from there too, and this is where we end up. Okay, and you don't have to do that. You don't have to do this. This is more of, seems like more of an advertising piece. But this is a process, and basically showing your work. So then you show this once here, then you show it again over here. So I'm kind of questioning that. And then you show it a third time over here, collateral in real life. I mean, honestly, Gina, we all know what a magazine looks like sitting on a table. You don't have to show us. Okay, and then you go to this piece here, and then that size has changed. Let me just get in here so I can do this. I just want to do this really quick. All right, come on now. All right, so that's a pretty small page, but let me see, that's 8.5. So I'll bet that's 14 or 16 point size right there, and it's really big, and that's why that's probably over 20. So check that, because the point size is just enormous on your type. I think it's too big. And inconsistent too. You go from this type size here to this type size here. Watch the big gaps between your numbers and your information. That word right there is just kind of sitting out there alone. Then here again, third page, third different typographic treatment. So we're really losing consistency. This is the best page in the whole presentation right here. And I would say this. I would say you would move forward doing a materials page for every piece. So you would do a materials page for the display, then show the display. Do a materials page for the giveaway, then show the giveaway. Do a material. So follow that format right there. Okay, I know you kind of did that over here, but it's a completely different format, so it doesn't even look like it's really part of the same presentation. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, and then do the same thing for the giveaway and the collateral pieces. Just show it, then you develop this beautiful materials page. This is the meat right here. This is the meat right here. And then, yeah, just all these different page sizes. So anyways, that's where I'd like to see you go with this. But other than that, I think you've done a good job. And one problem I'm having, and probably the biggest problem other than the things I've already talked about, is you're saying this right here. Gina, you're saying that the product is made from renewable, and you're making claims, right? But according to who? I mean, who? There's no authority here that's making this claim. It's just you showing this to your client, and your client's going to go, well, wait, you got to show me some facts. So I looked and back here, and there's no wow, that page is 24 inches wide by 7. That thing's going to be enormous when you print this. Yeah, watch your page sizes. Be consistent. This one's 24 inches wide. This one's 6 inches wide. Be careful. All right. So, anyways, yeah. So you should say just either point right to your citation, your resources, right in body, or with you can number the paragraph. You can put your citations at the bottom of the page, or you can in copy say according to so and so, this product is made from renewable non-food biomass, and and then say why that's the most effective thing to use. But you gotta point to facts. You can't just claim it. Okay? All right, that's what I got. Any questions at all, please feel free to give me a holler. Thank you very much.